It doesn't matter how hard you try to catch me out. This card trick will still fool you twice. The magician takes a deck of shuffled cards and cleanly displays both their front and their back. He asks the spectator to choose any card that they like. This is a completely free choice, and they can genuinely select any card. In this case, the spectator has chosen the 4 of diamonds. The magician turns over the card and places it back into the deck, slowly and cleanly, making sure that there are no hidden breaks in the deck. He then gives the cards to the spectator, so they can shuffle the cards as much as they'd like to. The spectator then takes the cards and shuffles them thoroughly, meaning the magician has no idea where the spectator's card is in the deck. The magician takes back the cards and shows both of his hands to be empty. He takes his right hand and places it under the table. He takes his left hand and suddenly pushes the cards down. He tells the spectator that one card is going to jump through the table. Not any card, but it's the spectator's 4 of diamonds. The magician then gives the spectator his card back to inspect. He cuts the cards and leaves the spectator's card sticking out. He then fans out the other half of the deck and lets the spectator push his own card into it. The card is then cut into the deck again. The magician tells the spectator that he's going to do the same trick again, but this time he'll put the cards into the box to make it even harder. He tells the spectator to watch even more carefully this time, because even though he knows what's going to happen, it will still fool him. The magician cleanly displays the box and places it onto the open table. He shows his empty right hand and places it under the table. The spectator is waiting for his card to go through the table, and then the magician does this. All 52 cards go through the table, leaving the box completely empty. The magician then stops, picks up the box and shakes it. Inside the box is one card, and that card just so happens to be the spectator's 4 of diamonds. This trick only requires a gimmicked box of cards that takes less than a minute to make. Take a deck of cards and remove the bottom flaps, except for the flap attached to the back of the deck. Use a knife with a sharp blade to do this, and you'll end up with something like this. Let the spectator choose any card that they like. In this case, the spectator has chosen the King of Spades. Now you need to control this card to the top of the deck. If you already know how to do this, then you can skip this part of the tutorial. If not, then I'll teach you how I did it. When the spectator is looking at their card, secretly turn over the top card on the deck. This is very easy to do since all the attention will be away from you as they look at their card. Take back their card and place it face up on top of the card you just turned over. This means that there are now 2 face-up cards on top of the deck. Get a break under both cards and then turn them over. It looks like you're turning over one card, but really you have 2. Now place what the spectator thinks is their card anywhere into the middle of the deck. Of course, their card is still secretly on top. Now that their card is on top of the deck, you need to secretly move their card onto your lap by palming it. I will teach you 2 ways to do this. The first way is to misdirect them by making them look at you in the eye. For example, you could say their name and they'll look up at you in the eye. As they do this, slide the top card off the deck using your palm and place it onto your lap. The second way to palm the card is how I did it in the video. Turn over the deck and use your fingers to slide the deck forward whilst retaining the bottom card. This is called a card cop. It does take a little bit of practice to learn, but it's quite easy and reliable once you've learnt it. Drop this card onto your lap. The next part is just showmanship. Press the deck with one hand and use the other to pick up the cards on your lap and pretend it's gone through the table. Now you have to control their card to the top of the deck again. You can use any method you like. An easy way to do this is using a method called the Marlowe tilt. Take the top card and tilt it up as shown. Then take the spectator's card and pretend to push it into the deck. Secretly, you're just actually pushing it under the top card. However, the angle of the top card creates the illusion it's going into the middle of the deck. Then tell the spectators that their card is not on the top and move the top card into the middle, and it's not on the bottom of the deck either. Now their card is on top of the deck again. Now that their card is on top of the deck, pick up the box and put the cards inside the box, making sure the spectator's card, which is on top, is next to the back of the box as shown. Keep your fingers on the bottom of the box so the cards do not fall out. As you close the deck, apply pressure to both sides of the box. You'll notice that the cards bevel out as shown. Make sure that the flap of the box goes behind the spectator's card. This means that the spectator's card is ever so slightly sticking out the box, as shown. Take the box and put one finger on the flap, applying pressure to the spectator's card. Put your little finger on the bottom of the box so the cards don't fall out. Now move the cards backwards towards you and brush the table at the same time. This will act as misdirection for what you're going to do next. Remove your little finger from the bottom of the box and the cards will fall out onto your lap in a nice clump. All of the cards will fall out apart from the spectator's card, which is still there due to your finger being on it. Remember to perform this move calmly and keep your legs together under the table. This will catch the cards. The cards should fall out the box altogether. Now simply smash your hand down onto the cards to reveal that they've gone through the deck. Then open the card box to reveal that the spectator's chosen card is the only one in there. This is one of the more advanced tricks that I've taught in my channel, since it will require you to learn how to palm a card and how to control a card to the top of the deck. These skills do take a bit of time to learn. However, the most important thing to remember is misdirecting the spectators. I'd recommend you start by practicing this trick on close family or friends, so that you can learn how to misdirect.